What's up guys, Josh from Strength Side. This is a follow along core routine that's gonna help you improve movement and develop a strong looking core. The greatest part about this routine is that it takes under 10 minutes to do, so you can throw it in at the beginning or the end of a training session. Let's get to it. I think that core training is super valuable, especially in the early stages of your training career. But it doesn't need to take so much time of your actual training. Something like this, 10 minutes a day for 3 or 4 times a week, you can get all the results that you need. So I suggest following along with me, following my cues and directions, and if you can't hold as long as I am in the video, that's your goal to work towards. The first exercise is the tuck hollow hold, a simple exercise. On your back, bring the knees up towards the chest, reach the arms forward so they're parallel to the ground, tuck the chin, and we're really just trying to firm the lower back down into the ground. I'd also like to see you squeeze the knees together and point the toes. I'm holding here for 1 minute. One minute on the tuck hollow hold. So this can be a very fatiguing way to start off our core training here. In the beginning stages, don't push yourself too hard. You don't want to get so fatigued that you can't finish the whole routine. So just be realistic with yourself, hold and pace yourself so we can get through this whole routine. As you can see here, I'm kind of taking my time between sets. If you need to pause the video and take a little bit longer, that's totally fine. Next, we hop into the side plank on elbow. I like to stack my feet. You could also keep them side by side. Put the elbow directly under the shoulder and push away as hard as you can. That's probably the most important thing for this exercise, is really driving that elbow down into the ground and not sinking into the shoulder. So as you can see, my shoulder is pushed away, my hips are pushed up. You can also reach the hand up and that kind of stretches the whole spine. We're trying to get as long as we can here. And I'm also squeezing my glutes and my quads as hard as I can. So I'm keeping the legs very firm as well. And I'm holding on each side for 45 seconds. This next exercise I'm about to hop into is a scapular push-up on the elbows. And the reason why we're doing this is because the serratus is a huge part of your core, right? It ties everything together from your shoulders down to your hips. So strengthening the serratus with all the other core muscles is extremely important. So I'm on my elbows, I'm sinking into retraction of the shoulder blade, and then I'm pushing firmly away into protraction here. I'm also trying to keep my butt squeezed and my pelvis in posterior tilt. I'm keeping my abs and other core muscles on as hard as I can, staying very firm. I'm doing 10 and then I'm holding for 10 seconds here on this last rep. So this marks about halfway through the workout right here. As you can see, I'm taking a quick chill out break, just kind of taking some deep breaths. I suggest you do the same, and once again, if you need to take a little bit longer, that's totally fine. Pause the video and hop back in when you're ready. Next, we are about to hop back into a hollow hold, but the extended version rather than the tucked. If this is too much for you, go ahead and stay with the tucked version. So I start with my knees tucked, but then I straighten them and I straighten my arms overhead. My main goal here is to keep my lower back flat to the ground, which achieves the hollow position that we're going for. I do that by squeezing my core muscles. I'm really pushing my rib cage down, and I'm also squeezing the legs and pointing the toes to just firm up everything. A minute can be very challenging in the hollow hold, but it's also a great indicator of core strength. If you're able to do a whole minute, then you're probably doing pretty well on your core. Next is the side-lying hollow hold. This exercise can be extremely challenging in the beginning because it requires getting a bit of a balance point here. So I go on my side, and then I'm going to essentially just lift my arms and my legs off the ground. Now, as you can see, I'm slightly leaned back, and that helps me achieve that balance point, but don't lean back too far. We want to keep mostly on the side here, so we are really strengthening the obliques and the side musculature of the core. I'm doing 30-second holds on each side. By now, I am pretty blasted if you can't tell. I want nothing more to do with the core, but we have one more exercise to do here. And I think we're just doing it for 30 seconds because I kind of took it easy on myself because I was feeling pretty darn fatigued. And this is a lean forward plank. So you're gonna come into a hollow plank position with your shoulder blades protracted, posterior tilt in the pelvis, and then as you can see, I lean forward and I come onto the top of my foot here. Okay, so now my shoulders are being driven past my hands, my elbows are all the way straight. I'm trying to keep my chin tucked, and I'm maintaining that hollow position that we've been working a lot on today. So also squeezing the legs, squeezing the butt, and just pushing away here. Go ahead and hold for this 30-second duration. That's it, we are done. So anytime that I do heavy core training like we just do, I like to do the opposite, go into some extension and just kind of stretch out the abs in that whole front body line. So here I'm just in kind of like a cobra pose, keeping my elbows straight and just putting a lot of extension into my spine and really just trying to stretch through that front part of the body. All right, guys, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure that you're pretty darn fatigued after this. If you can't hold for as long as I can, that's totally fine. Just hold for as long as you can and just work your way up every time that you do it. Hey, like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment below, let me know which core exercise is your favorite here, and subscribe to Strength Side if you're not already. Enjoy this beautiful view. I'll see you in the next one.